Fortnite Chapter 3 started off being very hyped up and came out with an absolute bang. But in the end, Chapter 3 didn't end up being all that memorable. Most people nowadays don't even remember much about Chapter 3, with it even ending with what is considered the worst live event in Fortnite history. So what went wrong? It's November 24th, 2021. After almost 2 years of being in the Chapter 2 map, they announced the end event for Chapter 2. For a pretty long time, people have been complaining about the Chapter 2 map and how it had barely any changes. And when it did, the changes usually don't stay to future seasons. So needless to say, people were hyped. Many people watched the end of Chapter 2, and it was absolutely amazing. Not only featuring The Rock, but also the return of the Visitor and the Scientist. It was also one of the most interactive events Fortnite has ever had. And then Chapter 3 came out, and people absolutely loved it. From the new sliding mechanic to the Spidey gloves, all the locations felt very refreshing and diverse. It was all around considered a great season. With Chapter 3 starting off at a very high note, people had very high expectations for Season 2. And well, it absolutely delivered. For a whole 2 weeks, Fortnite disabled building. You know, the thing that made Fortnite unique in the first place? A lot of people thought that this would be the downfall of the game, but it ended up being the opposite. Zero Build brought back the many players that left Fortnite long ago, due to the highly competitive building mechanics of modern Fortnite. People came back in droves. It also introduced a bunch of new movement mechanics, which is great for Zero Build. But after the 2 weeks was over, Fortnite still kept Zero Build as a separate mode for the people that prefer it. And then, Fortnite ended the season with an absolute banger. I consider the Collision to be one of the best live events Fortnite has ever had. But it's also unfortunately the last time they did this sort of live event. You'll be hearing more about it later, so keep that in mind. Hey, so if you're enjoying the video so far, please consider hitting the like and subscribe button because it'll help out the channel a lot. And if you have any future video ideas or thoughts, you can comment them down below. Anyways, let's get back to the video. And then Season 3 came. It was overall a great season. It had the highly anticipated Darth Vader skin and also Indiana Jones. All around, it was a season where you can't just be vibing, just like the season title. But we will later find out that this is in fact the last season Donald Mustard worked on, and it was overall a celebration for all the work that he has done for the game. But now that Donald Mustard is no longer in charge of being the Chief Creative Officer, who will be replacing him? Well, his name is Charlie Wen, and at the time, we didn't really know how he would continue the ongoing Fortnite storyline, but we'll soon find out. And now, Season 4, Chrome. Often considered the worst season of Chapter 3, not only did they make the entire map look ugly with the chrome colors, they also killed off the 7 in the season trailer. You know, the characters that have been progressing the Fortnite storyline this whole time? Yeah, they're just dead now. And then, the end of Chapter event happened. Fracture. And people hated it. Unlike previous events, it just feels very empty and barely had anything. Not to mention the fact that halfway through the event, a bunch of people's games crashed, including mine. Overall, the event felt very rushed, but also soulless. In previous events, you can feel the passion that the team had, especially with Collision, Operation Skyfire, and even the Galactus event. But this one felt very off, and now this is considered the worst live event Fortnite has ever had. So what happened? The Metaverse Project. The Metaverse Project happened. If you somehow don't already know what I'm talking about, Epic Games was and is currently trying to turn Fortnite into a part of the Metaverse. They essentially want Fortnite to be a platform for creators to make games in, just like Roblox. But what I think Epic failed to realize is that Roblox was made first and foremost as a platform for creating games. Meanwhile, Epic is trying to turn Fortnite, an already existing game, into a game platform. No matter how much they try, Fortnite will always be seen as a Battle Royale game first and foremost. This is also why most of the popular creative maps are still PvP based and are basically just an extension of Creative 1.0. But of course, UEFN wasn't the only part of Epic's metaverse plans. No, they released 3 whole new modes inside of Fortnite, which are LEGO Fortnite, Rocket Racing, and Fortnite Festival. And releasing 3 entirely new game modes takes a lot of time and manpower, which used to be for the live events. From what Donald Mustard has told us in interviews after he left, Epic apparently moved most of the people that worked on the live events to LEGO Fortnite and Rocket Racing. All that certainly explains why Fracture felt so empty and soulless, because most of the team that used to work on the live events were getting moved around to work on Fortnite's other modes. But was this the original plan for Chapter 3? Back on December 2023, when Adventure Peely got leaked, he had a Chapter 3 Season 8 tag instead of Chapter 5 Season 1, which I feel like is pretty solid evidence that Chapter 3 was supposed to last at least 8 seasons, considering how December 2023 probably would have been the 8th season of Chapter 3 had it not ended. But what I think happened is that Epic wanted Fortnite to have yearly chapter releases, instead of having chapters end when the story of the island ends. As Donald has previously said to The Verge, in Fortnite, that main character isn't Peely, or Agent Jones, or any of the other now iconic faces from the game. Instead, it's the island itself. So I feel like by switching the island every year, Epic is making a huge mistake, because the Chapter 1 and Chapter 2 map was so memorable, because people were able to play on it for such a long time and see it change slowly. But now, we just get a whole new map every year. So in the end, Chapter 3 ended as nothing more than a small footnote in Fortnite's overall history, with its potential being squashed by Epic's own will to turn Fortnite into a sort of metaverse. It's a shame really, because I feel like had Epic not went through with the metaverse project and didn't do yearly chapter releases, Chapter 3 probably would have been as loved as Chapter 1 and Chapter 2 nowadays, considering how well received the first 3 seasons were, and how much people were loving the storyline. But unfortunately, it'll likely never happen now. Hello! Thank you all for the massive support for my last video. I really appreciate you all for taking your time to watch these videos of mine. And of course, if you enjoyed it, please hit the like and subscribe button. And also, what do you think Epic should have done differently with Chapter 3? I want to hear all of your opinions in the comment down below. Anyways, that'll be all everyone. Thank you all for watching.